So a message is divided into a group of chunks of equal size called packets. All right, these are called packets. Every packet has header, payload, and footer. Let's say this is our packet. Payload is data. Okay. The header contains, this is header. The header contains, we have got what? Source, origination, IP address, destination IP address, sequence of packet. Footer has hop number, all packets travel network independently and as per the discretion of routers through different paths. Once reach at destination, packets are reassembled again in message form. I think that's enough. Okay. Outline the function of a router in packet switching. What router does when it receives a packet? This is what it means. Okay. Now, when a router receives a packet, it examines the packet header. All right, it examines the packet header, destination IP, checks routing table and forwards it to the next best router. It also reduces hop number of the packet. Okay, so basically, when a router receives a packet, it examines the packet header, the destination IP, checks routing table, and forwards it to the next best router. Routing table tells every router what are the best routes available further towards the required destination, and it then decides for the next best route and send it over. It also reduces the hop number. Okay, now write Boolean expression that corresponds to the given truth table. So we have to first identify where there are ones. And then we will write the product. What are the names? A, B, C, D. So this will be A, B naught, C naught, D, A, B naught, C, D, A, B, C naught, D naught, A, B, C naught, D, A, B, C, D naught, and then A, B, C, or D. Okay, so we like A, B naught, C naught, D, or A, B naught, C, D, or A, B, C naught, D naught, or A, B, C naught, D, or A, B, C, D naught, or A, B, C, D. How many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this is basically the Boolean expression or the sum of product for this particular truth table. Okay. Now, so we have this 1001, 1011, 11. Let's do it one by one. 1001, 1001, 1001 here. Then we have 1011, 1011. Then we have 1100. So there we go. 1100. 1100. Then we have 1101. 1101. 1101. Here we go. Then we have 1110. 1110. 1110. Here we go. And then we have 1111. There we go. All right. So we completed the Karnaugh map. If you like, you can fill in zeros or you can leave it like that. All right. Draw loops around appropriate groups. So we have got actually two groups here. Number one, this one. We have to make as big as possible, but with the power of 2 to power n. So these are two. Okay, so we can make loops around the groups where we have 1, 2, 4, 8, or 16 values. And every time we create a group, we have to make the group as big as possible. We cannot make a group for the diagonal ones. We can only make a group for vertical or horizontal. So these are two best possible groups. Okay. Now we have to solve. Now we have to check. Let's first take this group. This group. In this group, this B is changing from 1 to 0. So we will leave B. We have only A here. Okay. A. And then over here, C is changing. So we are left with just D. So you understood? In this particular group, A is constant 1, whereas B is changing from 1 to 0. So what is changing, we left it. So we just wrote A, and if we look on this side, C is changing from 0 to 1. So we left out C and we just took D as it is constant. Now for the other group, this one, both A and B are constant. So we write A and B, but everything else, C and D, they all are changing. They all are changing. So the answer will be AB plus AD. Okay, so this is your answer. Write the simplified Boolean expression for your answer. So we have to take A out, distributive law. So this will become A out D plus B. So this is your simplified notation, distributive law. A, we have taken A common. So can you repeat this part? You mean which part? Loops wala part? We have to create loops in 1's 2 की power n part. Okay, so 2 की power 1 is 1, 2 की power 1 is 2, 2, then 2 की power 1 is 2, then 2 की power 2 is 4, then 8, then 16. Yes. Then we create the loop and then we take a loop one by one. All right. So first we took this loop. In this loop, you have to observe both A and B and C and D. So A is constant. In this particular loop, A is constant, whereas B is changing. So we left out B. And then we will observe C and D. C is changing, so we left out C and we have taken D. So A and D remains. Everything that is changing is gone. So B was changing, so it is left out. C was changing, so it is left out. So what we are left with for this group, A and D. All right. Similarly for this group, the one in vertical, both A and B are constant. Here A and B is constant. Here AB is 1. Over here is AB 1. Over here AB is 1. Over here AB is 1. But as far as C and D are concerned, C and D are changing. Here they are 0. Here it is 1. Similarly over here it is 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 1 and 1. So whatever that is changing is gone. So we are left out with just this part. Then we applied distributive law. We took out common A, and this is your final Boolean expression. Thank you. Now, describe the purpose of SSL. What SSL does? They are encryption protocol for the secure transmission of data over the internet. SSL and TLS protocols provide makes communications secure over networks like internet. Okay. They SSL and TLS provide encryption encryption. Using these two, sender and receiver authenticate each other. They authenticate each other. They help to maintain data integrity. So no one has changed the data when the data was moving over the network. Explain how SSL and TLS protocols are used when a client-server communication is initiated. Now they are asking for step-by-step thing. Client application initiates a SSL or TLS connection. Number two, other network computer that receives connection is server. It becomes server. First, handshake occurs using handshake layer. First, handshake occurs using handshake layer. Client application request the server for its authentication. In a way, we are actually talking about symmetric encryption over here. Okay, client application requests the server for its authentication. Okay, the server downloads or sends its certificate on client app computer. Client app computer. This certificate also contains server's public key. server's public key. At client app side, a symmetric or session key is generated and encrypted using server's public key and sent to server after confirmation. Usual communication start using session. This is completely, you can check it further from your marking scheme, but I'm sure that this is a complete and correct account of how SSL and TLS work for authentication, encryption, and working. Client application initiates. Client application over here might be your browser. Initiates SSL and TLS connection. Other network computer that receives connection is the server. First handshake occurs using handshaking layer. Client app requests the server for its authentication. Server downloads this digital certificate on client app computer. This certificate also contains server's public key. At client side, a symmetric key is generated and encrypted using server's public key and sent to the server. After confirmation, usual communication will start using session key. Sir, is it for 4 marks to do, we have to write this much? Yes, because I have still not written details related to the authentication and verification from the certification authority and all that. This much you have to write over here. Okay. The diagram shown represents an artificial neural network. This is chapter 18, AI, neural networks, deep learning. Represents an artificial neural network. State the reason for having multiple hidden layers in an artificial neural networks. These layers enable deep learning possible. Deep learning possible. Number of hidden layers show number of hidden layers help solving more complex problems and by problems by learning more and making its own decisions. All right. So state the reason for having multiple hidden layers in the artificial neural networks. These layers basically enable deep learning to take place. Okay. And then where the problem that you are trying to solve have higher complexity, the number of layers will actually help you to determine the issue, to learn more and make the decision on its own. All right, so higher number of layers basically improve the accuracy of the result. That is how we define it. Explain how artificial neural networks enable machine learning. So this is again the same. Actually, these are two same things. Let's write it. Artificial neural networks are to replicate human neurons networks in brain. All right. Artificial neural networks have assigned weights for every connection. These are connections. These lines that you see, these are connections. They have assigned weights. Weights as in how important is that connection. Data input occurs at input layer and passes down to system through hidden layers. At hidden layers, data is analyzed attributes are assigned dissected into parts. It is learned, understood, to produce optimum or best output possible. Output layer gives the result so this is basically artificial neural networks are to replicate human neurons networks in human brain. Artificial neural networks have assigned weights for every connection that is being made. Data input occurs at input layer and passes down to system through hidden layers. At hidden layers, data is analyzed. At hidden layer, data is analyzed, attributes are assigned. Attributes are assigned means every data is broken down into pieces, and every piece is basically then given a property so that it could be recognized individually, and the data is dissected into parts. It is learned, understood to produce optimum best output results, and output layer gives the results. Okay, Ahmed, sir, is it for 4 marks, so do we have to write this much detail, sir? Because in marking scheme it says to write only 4 points. So you can start from first point and then you come down and you can leave it to 4 points. Doesn't matter. But tell me, if you are actually writing this question or you are writing this question, until you finish, how would you leave it? All right. So it is a good idea to write it as complete as possible. Yes, it is for 4 marks, but leaving it in the middle would not make any sense. Okay. Just to avoid any complication. All right. This is part B. Find the shortest path between the home and school nodes using A star algorithm. A star algorithm has heuristic. Heuristic is basically the estimated number of steps to reach the destination, whereas the weight at these vertices is actually the distance between 2 nodes. All right. So let us start. Find the shortest path between the home and school nodes using A star algorithm. The first 2 rows in the table have been completed. So what is basically happening? Cost from home node G. G is basically the weight, the distance between 2 nodes, and H is heuristic. So actually it tells that from home, if you take this route, you will be having 10 steps. Or if you take this route, you will be having 9 steps. If you are taking this route, you will be having 7 steps. But these 10, 9, or 7 steps are estimated. These are not actual. Whereas if you go from home to C, this particular weight is actual. All right, so heuristic is just an added value that actually helps you to take a route, the shortest route. Okay, so from home to home, it is just 0. So from home to home, G is 0. All right, actual, it is 0, but heuristic is 40. All right, so heuristic is above the node and this weight is above the vertex. So from home to home, it is 0. Heuristic is 14. Total is become F is equal to G plus H. All right. So this is 14. Then we take A. The G is 1. Heuristic is 10. You add them both, it becomes 11. So it is done. It is done. Now take C. C is, or let's take B first, or let's take C, it doesn't matter. C, G is 4, heuristic is 9, this has become 13. Then take B. G is 5, heuristic is 7, this has become 12. So what is the least part? What is the least? So it is completed. Just mark it that it is completed. Now we take what? 14, 11, 13, and 12. So we will take now A. Okay. We will take A path. A, B, C. Whatever that is the shortest one. Okay. We will take A. So from now, we take from A side. This is the smallest one. So from A to home, it is done. From A to B, let's take B again. From A to B, it is 3, but we have to take this A into consideration. Now we will take previous G along with this. So this is 3 plus 1. This is with respect to A. All right, A to B, this is 3 and plus 1. It is 4 now. Heuristic is 7. So this is now 11. Okay, now A to E. It is 6. Previous one is 1. So this has become 7. Heuristic is 3. This is now 10. So from A, we are coming from home, so we don't consider home. So from A, we can go to B, we can go to E. Now we have to decide which one we are taking. We are actually taking E. So this is completed. And we have taken what? E, because this is the shortest one. Now from E, we can go F. So this is with respect to E, we can go F. So this is 1 and E is 7. So this is 8. And heuristic is F3. So this is 11 now. From E to school, this is 5. 5 plus 7. This is 12. And heuristic is 0 because school does not have any H. So this is now 12. So from E, we can either go to F or school. So we have to choose one of those. So we are actually choosing F. This is completed. We are choosing F. Now this is with respect to F. So F can go to E, E is already covered. So we take school now. So from F, it is 3. So 3 plus F was chosen. So F's weight will be taken forward. So 3 plus 8. This is 11 and school 0. So this is 11. So this is the final one. So we are going from A to E to F to school. This is the shortest path. 6 plus 1, 7 plus 3, 11. Sorry, and from home. Okay, so this is basically 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus 3, 10, plus 1, 11. So 1 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the steps that you will take to reach to the school. So this is a star algorithm. Okay, so home, home to A to E, E to F, and F to school, basically. That is how it will work. So let me revise it once again. So you will start from home to home, G is 0. And the heuristic is 14. 14 steps are required from home to school at least. So the weight total is 14. So from